What's up? Welcome back to the channel, Bob Moss Nano Tanks. Today I'm going to be setting up my very first Caridina tank, and if you want to not make any mistakes, follow my pro tips here. You're going to want to get yourself a nice high quality aqua soil. I'm going with the Amazonia version 2 aqua soil. This has good reviews. I've only ever heard good stuff about it, so I'm going to try my shot with this. You're also going to want to get yourself a Tds meter. I have the one here from what's the company, HM Digital, and also a pH pen. This is just to help you make sure you get your parameters in check, and also gonna want your shrimp minerals. That's what this is called, shrimp minerals. Yeah, and also a nice RO unit so that you can get nice pure RO water. Then you add the shrimp minerals, and then you use your pH pen and your TDS pen to make sure your water is the proper parameters before we add it into the tank. Yeah, see how it all comes together here on Bob Moss Nano Tanks? So what we're looking at today is a 20-gallon long tank. I got myself a bigger tank for this experiment. I guess it's an experiment. I haven't done Caridina tank or Caridina shrimp before, so we're going with a nice big tank. These are going to go on the bottom of my rack, and I'm going to be doing some crypts in here, just some of the crypt 20 brown. I have so much of it, so the Amazonia recommends you put in these pellets if you're doing a planted tank, if you're putting rooted plants in, to do these pellets. And I'm also going to add root tabs, you'll see later, and then we just add in the Amazonia. You just want a few inches of this. Where I'm going to put the root tabs, I'm going to want like 3 to 4 inches. In other places I can have it thinner. You're going to see how I grade it here. Speaking of, here we go with the grading. So we just get a decent slope, a decent shape to the substrate so that it covers all those little tabs that came with the Amazonia, and then of course thicker where I'm going to be putting the root tabs to avoid any leaching. And now the Amazonia is a little lighter than what I'm used to working with the sand, so that's something I'm going to have to, I guess, get used to, because I have a few tanks that I'm going to be using this in. And here you go, you can see the beautiful grading, how I have it set up right now. We may have to adjust this as we go, but for now this will do. I have a beautiful piece of driftwood that I picked up from a local fish store, and I have attached a few plants, some Java fern, a couple types of Anubias on here, just to kind of spruce it up, brighten it up. Going to put in my sponge filter, make sure that it fits and has its spot here. What I'm going to be doing is running this little sponge filter, and then going to be moving my hang-on back. I'll do that towards the very end though. And then of course the root tabs, put them in, push them down as deep as they'll go. And as you can see, it's not quite deep enough, so I do need to move some of this other substrate. I don't really want to add too much more substrate, so I'm just going to move what I have in there, because as long as it's covering the bottom, this substrate is whatever. I'm just gonna make it work. Okay, and now that it is graded to my liking, I'm going to throw in some crypts here. You can see I have some pretty big ones, and I also have a bunch of smaller ones. So with these crypts, I actually expect them to melt pretty heavily, because they're going from hard water into soft water conditions, and also just the ammonia levels are going to get pretty high during the cycling. So I expect most of these big leaves to melt off. What we're paying our money for here is these roots. So when I plant them, I got to make sure I get the roots deep in, covered with the substrate, because all those, like I said, all the leaves are going to melt off, and then I'm going to be left with the little node at the bottom, and hopefully I'll get some new sprouts out of there, and we'll have a nice thick little crypt forest over here to the side of the driftwood. And as I said, I do have a bunch of these, so I'll let the footage roll for a bit, and I'll talk about what kind of shrimp I want to get for this. Of course, it's going to be an active substrate tank, that's obvious. So I want to be getting myself some Caridina shrimp, right?
Nailed it.
And I've been talking with a few people, and I think I have a plan. I think this one is either going to be blue bolts or crystal reds of some kind. I have another tank set up that will have the other one. I just have to decide which one I want in which. And then I have one of my 10 gallons I'm going to redo, hopefully with the leftover substrate, because I hope to not use, I have 2 of these big bags, so I hope not to use both of them with these 20-gallon long tanks. and then I'll have enough to do a very simple 10-gallon Caridina tank, and maybe get some tiger shrimp in there, orange eye blue tigers, maybe something cool like that. So as you can see as we go here, lots and lots of crypts. I definitely got frustrated as I was planting this because the substrate, as I mentioned, is looser than what I'm used to, so it moves around a lot more. With the sand, it's very compact and it falls in on itself, where this stuff, it's more like dirt, so it sticks to your tools, it sticks to your hands.
Ew.
I ended up using my fingers to plant a bunch of them, but we finally got it done. Final touches, I'm going to add a little Anubias Nana Golden underneath the driftwood. I'm going to add a little Java Fern Windelev thing over here, and then we got to move it into its place. As you know, I set these up on the floor, and luckily I'm not moving it too high, just onto this bottom shelf here. Ta-da! Got the tank in its place. We'll get better footage, and you can see this is what it looks like before we got the water in. Of course, that's what we got to do next, is put in the remineralized RO water. This is, of course, set up to Caridina parameters, which is like a 6.5 pH and like 140 TDS or something like that.
Sometimes it's nice to not know exactly what happens.
I think maybe this is 160. Before I add shrimp, I'll make sure that it's like right spot on, but for the cycling process, you just have to make sure that there's no KH value in your water, which if you're using the GH plus remineralizer NRO water, there's no chance of that. So you can see the beautiful scape here, and we're gonna let the water refill it.
One eternity later.
And wow, all filled with water and ready for the final touches. So at this point, the tank is pretty much ready to go. I'm just going to continue with my regular process that I do when I cycle a tank, that is adding in Bacter AE to kickstart that biofilm growth and get some beneficial bacteria into the tank. In this case, I'm going to add 2 scoops. I'm going to add in some Indian almond leaf. That just helps add in some tannins and some nice antibacterial properties, all that stuff. I don't even know if I have a video on it, but whatever. I also have nettle pellets. That just helps to add in some type of ammonia source, something to start decaying. And then I also have my trusty ram's horn snails. They're going to eat away at those nettle pellets. They're going to provide waste and ammonia as well. Now, ram's horns may not do so well in the soft water, but they're just here for the cycling. We'll see how they do. I'll watch them. Cycling of these soft water tanks does take 6 to 8 weeks rather than the 2 to 4 that you can do a neo tank in. I am also going to add in this just glops of floating plants that I have. There's some salvinia frogbit, maybe a bit of duckweed in there, whatever. Floaters are floaters. And finally, my hang on back filter that I stole off one of my 10-gallon tanks. Pop that on here, get my little floating plant ring around the intake. Obviously I have an intake sponge in there. I have it hot rodded so that I have extra filtration and stuff like that. And we get it running so that we get some good flow in this tank, especially for the cycle. Some good flows. Don't want stagnant water. Don't want too much moam build up in some bad places. And that's it.
Wow.
Tank is done. Just have to let it sit now for those 6 to 8 weeks. Have to do a couple water changes along the way. I think after week 2, week 4, and week 6, you do like a 20% water change with remineralized water, just to help add in some new minerals, some fresh stuff to the tank, and yeah, clean water. And you can see the floater, the massive floaters I have up here. So thank you all so much for watching. That is the end of the video. I appreciate it so much that you made it this far. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here. Thank you as well to all the new subscribers, all the returning subscribers. I was away, I was AFK for a bit, dealing with the baby, trying to get this stuff done. And I noticed there's a bunch of new subscribers to the channel, so thank you all so much. I hope this video made some sort of sense. I have been editing it in between baby duty stuff, get like half hour each night. Anyway, you guys don't want to hear about all that. Let's let's just wrap this up. So big shout out here to my YouTube channel members. Newest channel member while I was away while the baby was born, actually, Daniel Cordone became a channel member. Thank you very, very much. He's probably going to be buying some shrimp from me too, so that's really cool. Tater Salad rival Robert Redmond, Poseidon's Pets. Make sure you check out his channel. He was busy with some life stuff too, but he'll be back at it soon. Mitch Bottoма, who runs shrimpeffects.ca, who is going to be getting me hopefully some Shilowacy shrimp and some probably these cute Caridina shrimp I'll probably be getting from him as well. And Jamie Anderson. Patron shoutouts here: Brian Dotson, Michael Redmond, and Leather Turtle. Thank you guys so much for the continued support, especially through this time where I did not create very much content. I appreciate you guys sticking around, waiting for me. I have a lot of stuff, as you can see. Big 20-gallon long tank here. Got another 20-gallon long, 10-gallon. Got a 5-gallon Reese Cape. I got so much stuff. I have way too much stuff to do, and especially with a baby, it's rough. Plus, as you guys know, web shop, bobmoss.shop, link in the description. Discord fan club link in the description. Twitch stream 24/7 shrimp Twitch stream, link in the description. Of course, YouTube channel member, Discord, I already said that. Twitch, what other stuff? Patreon, and if you just want to send me money, PayPal, link in the description as well. I think I mentioned it before. Make sure to like, subscribe. If you made it this far, comment congrats on 50K, and I'll know that you made it this far, because no one else will. That'll be our new meme. Congrats on 50K.
Loser.
And all right, thanks again, and remember, guys, till next time, keep your shrimp hand strong. Bye now.
God bless, and we'll see you soon.
So that it covers all those tabs, or fuck, shit. So with these, what am I even trying to say? Help add in some can't talk. Big shout out here to my YouTube members. Newest YouTube channel member, Daniel Cordone. Of course, I have comment happy little rainbows. No, that's gay. Gay.